Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? How are we doing? It is a monumental day today because, to be completely honest with you, I did not expect this. I did not expect this at all. I'm cracking up, to be completely honest with you. It's honestly, I'm like, where's the music? I'm genuinely cracking up, yo. I cannot believe this. I genuinely. So, let me give you some context. Jesse messaged me at like 11 o'clock last night. And I was already in bed. I wasn't planning on answering anything. I was like, I'll answer everything tomorrow. But I saw the notification and it said, so Mojuro's confirmed to be JJK spinoff. I said, what? I said, what? What do you mean? Because look, if you've been a part of anything going on, or have seen anything going on, you will know that like people have been making the joke, not even a joke, have been making the speculation that it literally this Mojuro character or whatever is just Gojo from another world. And I immediately saw that and I was like, Cap, everyone needs to just let this go. Jujutsu Kaisen is over. Jujutsu Kaisen is done. And like, it's not coming back, guys. Like, we need to get over this. And so Jesse messaged me, and like a lot of some people are saying in chat, I said, no, this is fake. Someone's posting fake leaks. Someone's lying, or like they're taking like out of context scenes that can completely like just fit in, like just taking certain scenes and being like, oh yeah, this is you know, Yuta's grandchildren. I'm like, BS. There's no way. There's no way. Well, we have now gotten everything officially, well, not really officially, but we've gotten everything, you know, leaked crazy much. And it's true. So girl, that's Billy. You know, I was exactly in the same place as you. I didn't buy it. I didn't believe it. But it actually genuinely is a Jujutsu Kaisen spinoff. Believe it or not. Now, like with everything dropped, essentially what I'm willing to believe and the way that I understand it, I'm not going to show too many things that are like actually out there because again, that is contraband. We're just gonna be talking about the leaks, and I do have some things that aren't necessarily contraband that I can show here. But long story short, this is meant to be, from how I understand it, it is a legitimate spin-off of Jujutsu Kaisen. It's not necessarily a sequel, quote unquote. However, it is kind of a parallel timeline or a alternate, you know, world of Jujutsu Kaisen, if this makes sense. So it's not the actual fully official timeline of Jujutsu Kaisen. Essentially, let me go ahead and read Akutami's author statement. This is coming from Miyamura, so I do want to take everything with I do want to make everything with a grain of salt. Like, it is very, 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 very important to mention, like, you know what, like, this could all come out and be fake. I do want to make that very clear. However, based off of the panels and what is shown in the actual like pictures of the actual manga itself, it does seem that that Jujutsu Kaisen is tied into the world in some way, shape, or form. And based off of the pictures that I've seen of the actual manga itself, and looking at this author comment when I read it, everything that this author comment says is not only credible, but completely aligns with what Mojuro the manga is. So definitely keep that in mind. I do want to just make it very clear that this is all coming from Miyamura. It's not coming from an official source because this is all, unfortunately leaked information. Dion, thank you for the 20. The Bujutsu Bison is real. We're so back. No Op and Gege 100 years. This whole situation has just been hilarious. It's actually Boruto Kaisen. Yeah, the Boruto comparisons are realistically, honestly, kind of crazy. So let me go ahead. Let me read Gege's author statement, and hopefully that will make things a little bit more clear to a lot of you guys that are essentially asking questions, because this really does make everything make sense. And again, we'll get into some more information. So this is supposedly Gege's author statement. Why did it need to be an alternate timeline? We'll get into it. Hello, it's Akutami. It's been a while. While serializing Jujutsu Kaisen, I received several offers for spin-offs written by others. However, because manga is a medium where things can easily get out of my control, I was afraid of the title spreading in ways that I couldn't manage, and at the time I couldn't accept any offers. But when this particular offer came and I thought about how it could expand the main story, delve deeper into its setting, or even shift eras entirely, I realized that if it were set in a parallel timeline, it could open the door to many different projects. This became the spark that gave rise to Mojuro, which originally didn't really have a single concrete idea, but after numerous planning meetings, it finally came to life. This will be a short-term serialization, about half a year if it doesn't get axed, collected in roughly 3 volumes. The artist is the incredibly talented Yuji Iwasaki sensei. He's amazing, and his drawings are superb. I'd be very happy if you enjoy Mojuro as a new entry point into the world of Jujutsu. So, essentially, what this author statement is saying is that this is quite literally like a Jujutsu Kaisen spin-off series that Gege thought was cool enough to make canon and official. It's definitely not, I doubt it's gonna get axed. I severely doubt it, especially with Gege at the writing head. I don't think anything like that is gonna happen. But essentially, what this means it's a Jujutsu Kaisen spin-off. It's not necessarily a quote-unquote sequel, a direct sequel picking up after where we left off. However, there are things in the series that will directly tie into Jujutsu Kaisen. So most likely what will be going on, there's still going to be cursed energy. There's still going to be cursed techniques. There's still going to be cursed spirits, everything like that. However, it's not going to directly involve really any of the characters that we knew previously. There are going to be ties to the original cast of Jujutsu Kaisen and small little references to those points in history. However, we're not necessarily going to see any old characters that we saw. Now, there is a flashback that the series starts with where we do actually see supposedly an older Yuta Okkotsu. So definitely keep that in mind. So technically speaking, there are, like I said, it ties into the world, but we're probably not going to see any older characters. Like for example, here, hold on. 1 second. I don't want to show too much, but hold on. So like, for example, I can show really quick. That is Yuta's head, right? Like that is Yuta's head with the Kenjaku markings, and that is the same girl from the flashback, for the rest of the show. This is supposedly having to do with Yuta's grandchildren. Again, whether it is the exact same Yuta's grandchildren, or this is like an alternate dimension or an alternate parallel timeline. Yeah, absolutely insane. Again, when I first saw this, I did not believe it. I genuinely thought it was all fake. I thought that someone was splicing in fake panels and pages with the real pages of the manga, but it does actually seem to be the case that this is the case. Basically, everyone we knew from JJK is dead. So what this basically is not only is this picking up, so we got this epilogue chapter a whole long time ago, right when Jujutsu Kaisen first ended. It was 271.5, and we saw that Yuta had 2 grandchildren 80 years into the future, or 70 to 80 years into the future. Yuka Okotsu and Tsurugi Okotsu. Now, we already knew that, you know, Yuta and all of these characters were dead. It was just like you just had the small panda here. Just had the small panda. So now, not only is this, you know, not only is this already at a time in this epilogue where everyone was probably already cooked, now we have, hold on, now we have gone even further in time to when these are older, you know, older, what's his name? Older Tsurugi and older Yuka here. Now again, they do have completely different eyes. They're drawn completely differently. Again, originally speaking, I legit thought that this was like, again, fake panels being spliced into real panels. But so far, with everyone that has gone over the leaked information, gone over the leaked pages, no one has really come out and disputed this yet. Tiberius, thank you for the 5. What's funny is I brought up how punchable Yuta's grandchildren were in my review. Oh, and just wait, John Wary translator reveal incoming. I don't know why you hate us, Tiberius. I don't know why you hate us so much. Stop invoking his name. We don't talk about him here. We don't talk about him here. Everyone, if you don't want John Wary to translate this new Gege series, hit the like button. Let's just, the more likes on this video, do it in protest. Especially with the aliens, it just screams troll. I mean, the thing is like we have all of the pages basically out, right? That's the worst part about it, is like if we didn't have the pages to go along with this, I would completely believe that this is a complete troll. Because the funny thing is like you also have, you know, WSJ Manga, Shonen Jump News. So like it's not just Miyamura confirming this information, right? It's not just like leakers that could be faking information and be trying to gaslight people, because Miyamura has been gaslit into breaking false news before. Not only has he broken fake leaks on accident, he has also broken fake Q&A questions and answers that people were just making up that Gege said at the exhibition when the manga ended, right? So, not necessarily, I always take whatever is posted by Miyamura with a grain of salt. However, again, you have multiple sources all reporting on this. It's literally not just, you know, the case of one bad leak getting out and another leaker is just trying to ride off the hype. Like the crazy thing is like multiple people have gone over this information and it does seem to be legit. It's kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy. I definitely can understand why everyone feels weird about the aliens being introduced. It definitely didn't do well for Boruto. But hey, you know what? Maybe it could be. Maybe it could go well. You never really know. You never really know at all. Yeah, Brain Rot is back indeed. So when do we get chapter 1 of this? Chapter 1 of it comes out this Sunday, I imagine. If we're getting leaks of it with all of the other chapters that normally leak, I'm going to imagine that this will be 110% released on Sunday with the rest of this with the rest of these Shonen Jump volumes. This was Gege's elaborate plan to troll us? Damn you. I feel like he was so rushed that the domain is still unrevealed and all that. There's a panel with Tengen and the alien dude. Stop. No, there's not. No way. That's crazy, dog. what is with all these sequels and like all these editors being like, hey, let's just add aliens, bro. No, it's right. Tengen's right there. He's right. Tengen's right there. Look, he's right there. Tengen's right fucking there, bro. Tengen is legitimately right there. No way, dog. Tengen is legit right fucking there. I can't believe that. You're so right. I'm sorry for doubting you. Bro, Dragon Ball did it first. Honestly, Lone Wolf, you are so right. You know what? Everyone talks shit about Boruto, but like, that just might be the thing. Like, I never realized how Dragon Ball Z really did do it first. That is kind of crazy and funny. That is kind of crazy and funny. That like Dragon Ball was completely its own thing, and then Dragon Ball Z was like, let's introduce the aliens now. It was all aliens from the beginning. And like Dragon Ball Z, it worked surprisingly. But also, you know what it is? I feel like what it is like Space Jam did it before JJK. True, we can't forget about Space Jam. I'm dead, dog. Oh man, Dragon Ball Z was just something different, man. Dragon Ball Z was original. Aliens giving Jigen vibes, bro. Everyone is saying Jujutsu Kaisen with Dandadan plot. Tengen being an alien, that makes it, honestly, yeah, she is a thumb ass. Apparently, I keep forgetting that Tengen is a girl. Let's see. Misgendering Tengen is crazy. Let's ask the question. Let's ask the first question. How do we feel about Mojuro being a good, being a JJK spinoff? Love it, hate it, or meh? Let's see. Let's poll the community here. How do we feel? How are we feeling? I don't think aliens being in the series is that weird. Look, I think it can be done well. I think it can be done okay. I think the aliens, everyone's knee-jerk reaction, everyone thinks of Boruto. But I'm telling you, I trust Gege in the writer's spot. Gege would not have signed up for this if he didn't think it was a legitimate way to take the story. And also, what makes me trust him is the fact that he's willing to cut it off at 3 volumes. If you want to, if this was gonna go the Boruto route, and Gege was just doing this to like monetize and cash grab and extend Jujutsu Kaisen for as long as possible, he wouldn't be cutting it off at 3 volumes, whether it gets axed or not. So I do trust Gege in the writer's spot. I know a lot of people have been hurt and have felt betrayed by the Jujutsu Kaisen ending. But I think Gege does best when he's able to just write and let everybody else take care of everything, because not for nothing, again, my Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade video will be out soon, so definitely look out for the Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade video that I'll be dropping soon. But like, that mobile story proved to me when Gege can just write and just let everything other people take care of the story, it is legitimately some of the best shit that is out there. Like, the Phantom Parade actually has such an amazing story, and now that it's getting a sequel with season 3, that is probably also going to be great. So I think Gege just really enjoys being able to write without the added hassle of drawing as well. So I feel like I feel like having Gege at the writer's spot and not being dragged down by drawing is gonna be a good way to go. I saw the leaks, and it basically seemed if Araki made the alien character have a larger plot in part 4. Oh, good lord. Yeah, he does seem to be a little goofy. It could work out. Yeah, I'm not worried at all. I trust in my boy. I trust in my boy Gege. Trusted my boy Gege for sure. But basically, this is supposedly the plot line of everything. I haven't necessarily... Hold on, let me pull this up here. So yeah, apparently cursed energy is like a similar power to these aliens. That is basically the whole idea. And I'm sorry for all the Maki fans. I'm sorry for all of the Maki fans and everybody that was hoping to see adult Maki. She's dead. She's dead, guys. I'm sorry. Literally, one of the first pages of the series is Maki dying. So for anybody that was hoping to see Maki as an adult, you're cooked. You're absolutely cooked, bruh. Maki died before Yuta, and then Yuta died of old age. First of all, I just want to say, Yuta being on some Takamura from Sakamoto Days shit, surviving and dying of old age in a fucking world of curses. Let's go, bro. I am telling you. Enough time has passed. This is the greatest shonen manga ever. Yo, listen, we're eating good, Senshin. I'm telling you, bro. Did Maki die in battle? I'm not exactly sure. It doesn't necessarily say how she died. It just says that when Grandma Maki passed away. So I don't think she died in battle. She might have just passed away earlier. So I guess you could give Maki the clout of being old in a world of craziness as well. I mean, Maki was on some fucking Takamura shit when she was young. So I don't even think we really even need to, you know, I don't even think we really need to worry about that. Yeah, Maki died first. Yuta gave the ring to his daughter. Then Yuta died. Then the Gojo clan took the ring from the daughter and gave it to the son. Damn. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, give the ring back. Why? From now on, this ring will be held by your brother. I got this from Grandpa. This ring is a cursed object and it's registered to the Gojo family's vault. Give it back. Yeah, damn. She was forced to literally she was forced to give the ring back even though Yuta gave her the ring. That's bullshit. Is anything related to Yuji? I don't believe anything is really related to Yuji so far. I know he does actually show up in a panel. So got old people hating on the young generation. Yeah, the Gojo. Yeah, I can't believe they destroyed the Jujutsu Society's political system and then went back to the higher ups. They went back to the higher ups. Why did they do this? They do have Yuji Shon, Gojo Shon, so they do have Yuji Megami Gojo. They do have a short little reference panel there. So again, not a troll. It is actually there. Gege's still putting side characters above Yuji. I'm dead, dog. Girl wants to prove herself that she's more worthy of the ring than her brother. Listen, I trust in Gege. Yuji was shooting blanks. Damn, yo. So in the so I did end up cutting it out, but if you guys didn't see, I did drop a video yesterday. Surprisingly enough, it's like sometimes I feel like me and Gege really do be on like similar grinds, because weirdly enough, I did drop a video yesterday about how strong a Jujutsu Kaisen sequel trio would be. I dropped it yesterday. Go check it out if you haven't already. I had fun making the video, and essentially I did end up cutting it out because I wanted to focus more on the power. I didn't want to get too much into the lore of my headcanon JJK sequel, but I literally came to the headcanon sequel that Yuji literally just ended up traveling the world searching for cursed objects to absorb to make sure a new King of Curses would never come back. And like that makes the most sense to me, right? Basically based off of Yuji's domain. Like Yuji was willing to accept Sukuna back into his body and say, hey, you know what, if you're willing to do another life, I'm willing to do that other life with you. So I feel like Yuji would genuinely not leave behind any kin. Like he'd say fuck that shit. Yuji would just, yeah, Yuji became the Jing of the story. Literally, he just travels the world searching for cursed objects, treasure hunting, archaeology hunting. Also, how cool would it be if Yuji was able to just like be the one to like Yuji somehow connected with Mahito in Limbo and Yuji had to be the one to fucking put Mahito to rest? So funny to me. That's just crazy headcanon, but you know, I did add that into the story. First, it's the STD devil, now this. Yeah, literally, guys. I'm not even kidding. Wonder how strong old man Yuta was. Apparently, he was the I mean, I would put money he's the new strongest sorcerer without a doubt. So let's see here. Aliens have come, 40 of them. Were they intellectual types or more like curse users? The curse terrorism 68 years ago. The death roaming, which even became a trigger for the treaty signing. I guess this is talking about the, this must be talking about the... I wish I could zoom in here. I wish I could zoom in. Oh, hold on. I'll take a screenshot. Because this is actually genuinely really good lore. This explains so much. I'll take a screenshot of it. Hold on. Take a screenshot of the text. Because this is explaining what happened. All right. Alright, I will, hold on, let me zoom in here. So, the curse terrorism 68 years ago. So, we're 68 years in the future. The death roaming, or I imagine culling game, right? Or maybe they call it something different. The remarkable sorcerers who quelled it, including Satoru Gojo and Yuji Itadori. Hey, he gets name dropped at least. Let's go. Listen. That's enough clout for me, bro. That is enough clout for me. Of all the fucking people to name drop and say the remarkable people who quelled the culling game, let's go. Yuji Itadori gets name dropped by the alien, dog. By the alien. It's literally called Jujutsu Kaisen Mojuro. The only clout for now. Feels like the moment Barris got introduced, it kind of does, honestly. Are they in Japan now? In the end, oh yeah, that's so the translations are trash a little bit, because it keeps repeating itself. Yeah, it feels kind of out of So basically he's getting sold. What does Mojuro mean? I don't know, honestly. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. The aliens are trying to harvest children with cursed energy, it seems. Yep, and my brother has a special constitution. He's a sorcerer without cursed energy, so he fights using cursed tools, which is why they probably stole the ring from the mom, from the sister. Yeah, so the girl is the sorcerer, and the brother is the heavenly restriction user. Wait, so it's actually a Jujutsu Kaisen spinoff? Yeah, literally, surprisingly. Season 3 trailer and sequel news is same week is crazy. Yeah, quite literally. I feel like curses kind of got forgotten. I'm sure it will all get explained. Because not for nothing, if this is actually a world where, from what it seems, like America has, you know, all the other countries have developed some level of cursed energy and sorcery level because of the culling game. At least that's what I understand from the story, from what we've gotten. It seems like they may have actually found a way to completely get rid of curses as a problem. However, I do also believe there is a panel where curses show up, so I might be speaking too soon. Or maybe it's the one guy's curse ability. Yeah, it looks like this might be the one dude's curse ability here. This might be this dude's curse ability, but it looks like it could potentially be a curse here. Yuta's granddaughter is legit Sabretooth from Marvel. Not gonna lie, why didn't they just make a sequel? It seems like Gege, from his author statement, he didn't want to mess with the original canon at really at any point. So what he did is he wanted to make this spin-off world of Jujutsu Kaisen that people will be, that he's more willing to let be messed with, if that makes sense. Like, just based off of what Gege was kind of mentioning here, it seems like he's very specific about how he wants the original canon to maintain. So he made Mojuro, and now if there are other spin-offs of Jujutsu Kaisen that come out, they will be from the Mojuro world, not the original Jujutsu Kaisen world. At least from how I understand it. I could be wrong, but that's the way it seems to be. Yeah, the way he phrased it, it's like an alternate timeline future, like Dragon Ball GT. Exactly, you first. That's kind of the exact, that's the kind of exact way that I mean. So this is basically Men in Black or X-Files meets Jujutsu Kaisen, potentially. That's kind of the series that Gege wanted to make originally, right? He literally wanted to make a paranormal investigation. Like the people that are saying like, oh, it's like he's copying Dandadan. Like if you read some of Gege's early interviews before he started making JJK, like this is kind of the series he always wanted to make. And now he doesn't even have to draw it. He just has to write it. So I don't think anyone copied anyone. I think it's just you know, that's just how it works sometimes. Yeah, JJK GT, literally. Listen, we've got 228 votes here, and right now 74% are saying they love it, 23% are saying it's meh, and 3% are saying they hate it. So I mean, the community is genuinely excited for new Jujutsu Kaisen content. Like the Jujutsu Kaisen community is ready for some, you know, content without a doubt, right? But really quickly, I'm sorry, I do have to divert for just a moment here. I do want to just give a second to give some love to our stream sponsor, and that is Gamer Sups. You know what it is, y'all. message is in the pinned chat. It is the pinned message in stream. Use my link, use my code NOOP, get 10% off your order or get some free samples. Gamer Subs is an awesome energy drink, guys. You get some awesome vitamins. There's no sugar in it, so you're not gonna crash. If you're looking for some really good tasting shit, I recommend you try it. It's got nootropic, it's got caffeine, vitamin B, C, D. It's really good for you. They've also got shit like from your favorite anime. They got Klaxosaurus blood from Darling in the Franxx. And then they've also got, if you're a JoJo's fan, we've got JoJo Stone Ocean Fruit. JoJo Stone Ocean Fruit is a little plummy. I like it. And then you've got Klaxosaurus blood, which is a little kind of blue raspberry-ish, a little bit, but really good. Again, you know, great energy supplement. And also at the same time, there's no sugar in it, so there's no crash. Again, use my code NOOP. Link is in chat. Or if you've never tried it before, quite literally, just go try some free samples on me. Use my code. You'll get some free samples for some Gamer Subs. If you've never tried it before, I promise you will be buying more. I drink it literally every day. It's delicious. I was so happy that they sponsored me because I already drink Gamer Subs. But yeah, guys, again, link is in the chat. Code NOOP for 10% off, or use code NOOP anyway for some free samples if you're a new customer. Thank you, Gamer Subs, for sponsoring the stream. Love and appreciate you always. And thank you for letting me do that. Appreciate you. We love Gamer Subs. Thank you for the sponsor. All right, let's get into it. JD4K, thank you for the 5. I hope the power scaling goes through the roof since we're going down the alien and other world route. Honestly, you know what? Not for nothing. I completely feel that, JD4K. Like, things might get a little crazy if we are dealing, like, Gege might have said, all right, hold my beer. You guys want planetary JJK? Let's see it, guys. Planetary JJK is here. Mojuro is gonna blow up the entire planet. Yeah, I'm interested to see what this chapter is like. I genuinely, like, I'm excited for when it comes out fully English translated because, oh, crud. It's gonna be a little cray-cray. Tiberius, thank you for the dono. Thank you for the $2. Imagine a domain expansion where you get probed. I mean, if you really, really think about it, if you really want to think about it, you know, seeing any new kind of domain expansion, I would love to see how domains and curse techniques are used in an alien sense, right? That would be the craziest thing to me. I think in one of the scans, they said that the current gen is weaker than the previous gen. Oof. Not looking good. We're resetting the time. We're going back to level 1 in an RPG sequel. We just got Sorad in Kingdom Hearts 2. What do you mean I lost all my abilities and I forgot how to do everything? I just played 2 games. What do you mean I gotta start level 1 again? Hold up, I hope they don't straight up from the get-go make characters like Gojo and Sukuna weak by introducing stronger characters. I doubt they'll do that. I doubt they'll do that at all. I doubt they'll do that whatsoever. Isn't this just Boruto? We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Again, this does seem to be the tried and true method for anime and manga sequels. Listen, like I said, the one thing I'm glad is none of the original characters will be involved, because that's genuinely the one thing I think most people are not happy about when it comes to things like Boruto, is how Boruto genuinely just makes characters like Naruto and Sasuke just completely separate from their original main series versions. Like, sure, Naruto gets some clout, but Boruto Sasuke, you will never be able to convince me that Boruto Sasuke has not been reduced to a shell of a character at this point. And the author of that fucking Boruto manga hates Sasuke with a passion. It just disrespects Sasuke at every turn. So yeah, I can understand. Gege, I definitely feel like, did a smart thing by making sure none of his original characters would get tarnished or affected in any shape or form. So I don't know if we'll get anything that's like this character is even stronger than Gojo, or this character is even stronger than Sukuna. It's most likely like these small little references we get in the first chapter will most likely be all that we get. As about, you know, you might get small little things here, especially because these are supposedly Yuta's grandchildren. We might get small little beats here and there or references, but I severely doubt this is going to, like, this is clearly going to be its own story that is just set in the Jujutsu Kaisen world. Subtle references, just because, again, the culling game and shit like that clearly affected the world on a large scale, but I doubt we're gonna get really any more than that. JD4K, thank you for the dono again. Imagine JoJo level hacks this series. Listen, Gege Gege loves Hunter x Hunter, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's also a JoJo's fan as well. So I would love to see Gege be able to explore crazier kinds of battles now that he doesn't have to worry about doing the choreography himself. Like, Gege could probably go pretty crazy when it comes to techniques and battles. Again, now that he doesn't have to worry about, oh, am I able to draw that? How am I going to be able to put that together? Like, Gege can literally just be like, all right, do this, and then it's someone else's problem, not his. And at the same time, the person that is drawing can also spend way more time focusing on the art, because they don't have to fucking worry about the story. So yeah, I genuinely, I think this can go really well. I think this can really go very well. Wee Wee's children though, oof, oh god, don't even get me started. I thought Gege didn't want to continue writing JJK, that's why the quality dropped in the end. Gege never once said that he didn't want to write JJK. What I believe Gege said in his final author statement was that it was just exhausting writing a serialized series that so many people were hounding him about and wanting him to, you know, do a certain way that no matter what he did, no one would be happy. I don't think whatsoever like Gege not wanting to do JJK was at all affected by Jujutsu Kaisen's ending. You know, I think the ending was always going to be the ending that we got, you know. I think the ending that we got was always going to be the ending that we got. Man, I think the issues that occurred were more so with the way that Gege chose to let the characters run the story completely. You know, I think that is literally the main issue here. I think Gege let his characters get away from him too much. He admits so in multiple interviews where he admits that his characters do things that go against the plot he has in his mind. You know, which is why we have things like Kenjaku dying and dying with all of the lore that we could have gotten from him. Because Gege believed that that's how the sorcerers would have handled the situation. Yuta killed him, and now unfortunately all that lore goes out the window because that's how Gege felt like his characters would have handled the story, which we get great characters because of that, because all of the characters feel three-dimensional and are able to, you know, we feel like the characters are involved in the plot. However, yeah, I just that you get things like that where full big amounts of lore are just lost because the characters got away from where Gege was trying to take the story. Like, I don't think the end, like, I think it's impossible to say the ending of Jujutsu Kaisen was rushed when Shinjuku Showdown and the battle against Sukuna was literally almost 50 chapters. And like, even if you take Gojo versus Sukuna out of it, Sukuna versus the sorcerers was literally chapter what, 245 or when does Takaba and Kenjaku end? 246 to 271. That's like almost a 30 chapter fight. It's crazy. I don't think we could say it was rushed. I think it's just the writing was a little bit, you know, wasn't at the top of the line there. They shouldn't have killed Kenjaku too soon. Yeah, I think if Kenjaku was to die, they should have at least given us more to do with him or more of a backstory. I feel like if Kenjaku gave us all of the lore from the Heian era and to do with Yuji's parenting, I don't think anyone would have had an issue with anything else going on. I think Kenjaku was the main stick in the mud for the ending. I think the Sukuna half of the story and everything like that was fine and handled okay. I genuinely think Kenjaku was the missing link there. Genuinely think Kenjaku was the biggest missing link. But yeah, he said that JJK novels are coming. So also that is important. Jujutsu Kaisen novels are coming, so it is completely possible that we will get Jujutsu Kaisen lore, just not in the main series, which is Gege's just fucking bread and butter at this point. Am I wrong? Kenjaku is literally the key solution to most plot holes. Agreed, 110%, without a doubt. Without a doubt, without a doubt. Enderness, thank you for the $2 dono. What are your thoughts on the JJK light novels? I actually really enjoy the light novels. I have them right here. It's also the guidebook under on top of all of that. But I really do like the Jujutsu Kaisen light novels. I think they're pretty decent. I haven't finished all of them. We did streams for reading these, and I think we read, did we read Thorny Road at Dawn first? Yeah, we did. We read Thorny Road at Dawn first. And I think the only one that we haven't read yet, we read most 2 stories. Yep. Yeah, we've read 4 chapters of the Thorny Road at Dawn light novel, and then we still have to get into Summer of Ashes, Autumn of Dust. But I like them. I think they add a lot of great context to a lot of the characters. Like, there is an awesome story in the Thorny Road at Dawn that is all about Nobara and Inumaki dealing with another cursed speech user, and that is a super really cool story. There's a story about Mekamaru handling a mission on his own, and like you really get a look into his thought process and his character before he betrays everyone, right? And I think he deals with another cursed puppet user, and that's a really good story. There's like an Ijichi story where he goes drinking with everybody, and like you get to see like Shoko and Gojo and Ijichi's kind of relationship and how just the characters are like in normal like just life. Like, I do generally like the light novels. The light novels are really cool. There's also a chapter where Mai, Momo, and Miwa go on a mission, and that is also surprisingly, for as much as fucking Mai, Momo, and Miwa are some of the lamest characters in the whole series, it's actually really, really cool. Liv does a great job of reading through the novels and does voice work. Yep, definitely go check out the Kogane as well. Liv does great work. She definitely does. And then, yeah. And then I haven't read Summer of Ashes yet. But I know there's some really good stories in there too. I know there's one story where Yuji and Megumi go to a maid cafe, which is just fucking ridiculous. Just a ridiculous nonsense story. But it's, there's fun stuff in there, for real. There really is. No op, would you want something related with the merger or a mention in Mojuro? I feel like it was a disappointment. So the merger, I mean, meh, it's okay. I'm not upset that we didn't get the merger. Do I think we need lore or what happened with the merger? I think as long as we see what happened to the world after the culling game, I'm not upset. So, as far as the story and what is going on in this new manga, right? As for what is going on, so after the culling game, One of the big issues that everyone was upset about after the Jujutsu Kaisen story ended was the military plotline felt like it kind of went nowhere, right? The military plotline was like, what the heck are we doing? Why did we even do this? It kind of went nowhere. Well, actually, apparently, over the last 68 years, the abduction of Japanese citizens as an energy resource has still been a huge issue. Whether this is from other countries or just genuine people throughout the world or in Japan itself, the reveal of cursed spirits, of cursed energy, and that most Japanese citizens had some level of cursed energy, whether you were a sorcerer or not, this is still a major issue in the world that's going on, which is going to be, it seems, not only what the aliens want from our world, but also what, again, there might be enemies that are actually in the human world itself that we have to worry about. Again, like, that's insane. Like, at the very least, this may be a great way to finalize and get some kind of satisfaction out of that whole military plot line, because, I mean, again, that was the biggest ball drop. 3 volumes of content. We should go in with realistic expectations. Grand ideas like the merger most likely won't happen because it'll be hard to flesh that out. Completely agree. I think with everything going on, I think it will be a very small and condensed and tight story that I'm super excited for. I think it will mostly probably deal with the whole idea of people getting abducted. Bye. Love you. Have a good day. But yeah, report any information to the higher ups. Again, it blows my mind we went back to the higher ups. Why did we go back to the higher ups? Why was that smart to do? That wasn't smart to do, in my honest opinion. That was really, really, really dumb. Really stupid. I have no idea why we did that. Gentle Savage, what's up? Do you think the JJK light novels and spin-offs could ever be adapted as part of season 4 to fix the problems that people have with the Shinjuku Showdown arc? It's possible. I would even be really, with how popular Jujutsu Kaisen is, it's really not out of left field for like us to get side content. Like, not for nothing, I love Fujimoto's work. I love Chainsaw Man. The fact that Fujimoto has gotten a look back movie, is he getting a Hello Eerie or whatever his other series was? Isn't he getting a movie for that too? Or maybe an OVA? I might be wrong. And then he just got announced he's having a whole anime of multiple studios working on all of his side content manga stories. It would not surprise me if we did genuinely get some level of like OVA or like movie anthology of all of these small Jujutsu Kaisen side stories that are in the light novels. That would, I mean, that's just more money for Gege. That's more money for everybody involved, especially with how much there is a need and want for Jujutsu Kaisen content. I don't see why Fujimoto can get something crazy like that and we can't get like a Jujutsu Kaisen light novel anthology. That would be super duper cool. What's up, China Doll? How we doing? Happy to see you. Good. I mean, listen, good times. We are back, baby. We are back. You think the JJK spin-offs written by fans would ever be picked up and animated? I mean, I don't know. I mean, the fact that based off of Gege's author comment, the fact that he literally is mentioning the fact that, you know, he got multiple offers for Jujutsu Kaisen spin-offs, which I'm completely not surprised about that. He may even be, I think, again, he made this alternative world so it would be more, so Jujutsu Kaisen could be more open to spin-offs. I can't believe it either. And we got Molly too. What's going on? The gang is back together, yo. I love to see it. We love to see it. And let's get more into the lore. Gojo did say he trusts Gaku Kanji to look over the future gen, so the higher-ups could have been Kusakabe, Higuruma, Gaku Kanji, and then right when JJK ended, these higher-ups are just the proteges. Yeah, I completely agree. I can definitely understand having some level of like order in the world. And it makes sense that like our newer characters would have been the higher-ups, and then as soon as our old characters die, they're up to some shenanigans, up to some BS, which also doesn't surprise me at literal all, like whatsoever. Just some normal shit. All the good guys die, and then the weaker generation that was built off of fucking peace and fucking stability that the hard guys fucking fought for, now they're gonna fuck it all up for everybody. Nothing new in the world. Mojuro is the name of the character, the alien that's going to be helping Yuta's grandchildren. Quite literally insane. I could see this starting a toxic cycle. Listen, history always repeats itself. History always repeats itself. Imagine Gojo's ancestors were aliens. I mean, that would make sense why the 6 eyes is so crazy. I'd be so disappointed with the spinoff. They did the original series so dirty, now they have no choice but to save it with the anime. I mean, again, I think when the culling game starts again, everyone's gonna remember why they love Jujutsu Kaisen. I think everyone is really salty about the ending, and like once we get like the ending is really not. It's kind of like Demon Slayer almost to a degree. Like everyone is so OD about the Demon Slayer ending. Like it's really not that bad. Like, is it the best that it could have been? No, probably not. Is it like Game of Thrones level? It ruins the series and you can no longer enjoy the series ever again? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen, after a year or so, people are gonna feel the same way. Like, the ending is fine. The ending is completely okay. I think we'll all still be able to look like it's like Naruto was the same way, Bleach was the same way. Like everyone was like, the Naruto ending is awful, it ruins the series. Naruto, 10 years, almost 20 years down the line, still one of the biggest things. Do you know if the artist has any previous work? Yes. Thank you for asking. Thank you for being a member for 23 months, China. Let's go. Almost 24 months. Someone giving Miyamura a death threat. Crazy. Crimson, you have heard correct. It is a spinoff. Yeah, so here we go. Oh, this is the writer of the upcoming spinoff novel. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me see if I can look this up. Yuji Iwasaki. Even the guy's name is Iwasaki. Let's see. I'm not sure if this is the same guy. I could be wrong here. Illustrator of the Cypher Academy manga series. Let me see if I can pull this up. Cypher Academy Mojuro. Yeah. Yeah, this is the same guy. So Cypher Academy. He did this. So yes, he has previous work. I don't know how good it is. The art seems pretty decent. Art seems decent. Hey, thank you for the 5 gifted members, China. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love as always. With how every OP character is dead in the sequel, who would be the strongest sorcerer when the sequel takes place? I don't know. There might be someone that there might be one person left alive as a higher up. We don't know who the higher ups are right now. But yeah, it was an experimental kind of series from the magazine. Didn't last super long, but the writer did the Monogatari series and Madoka box. Oh shit. Okay. Dio Brando. It's me, Dio. So yeah, that's the guy who made it originally. He does have older work, so definitely feel free to check that out. Getting back into the lore of whatever the fuck is going on in this world. A foreign sorcerer, how unusual. And so they're talking with Mojuro right now. They're talking with the again, I don't know what his name is. We still guys, it looks like his name is Maruru Varvru Yelvri. What the fuck? The fuck? Maru is fine. Thank you. Thank God Maru is fine, because what the hell are we even yapping about at this point? So so yeah, so he's like, oh, there's a foreign sorcerer, and Yuka's like, well, that's weird. That's a foreign sorcerer is unusual. Maru's like, why? And she says, curse energy is unique to Japanese people. Seems since it comes from emotional energy, sorcerers inevitably only appear in Japan. Wait a minute, does this guy not even know that? I'm too worried to have him come along. And they say they're not going up against a curse user. And Maru is concerned by the whole idea of curse user. Interesting. This is very interesting. Yeah, it's a time skip in an alternate dimension. Or a parallel timeline. It's literally Jujutsu Kaisen GT. It's literally just Jujutsu Kaisen GT. Alright, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to keep doing the snippets. I was hoping I could just do that, but nope. So Mars says Jujutsu, a curse user, not a sorcerer. Idiot. Even so, I'm saying it's fine. If it gets in the way, just leave him behind. What is Jujutsu? So I guess they call it something different. Jujutsu, it means a sorcerer. Maru came to observe and inspect what Japanese sorcerers are like, representing the signatory countries. Huh. He is like, you guys are fucking barbaric. No way, no way. Oh my God, y'all. I thought it was just a joke. I thought it was just a joke, but it's true. It's true. No fucking way. No fucking way. Usami mentioned. This is not a drill. Usami has been mentioned. The goat is here. Since the security treaty, inspections happen occasionally, as Usami-san mentioned before. Holy shit, the unnamed strongest grade 1 sorcerer is in the series. Unreal, bro. You can't fucking make this shit up, bro. Imagine every person in Japan is an alien. Yeah, it's literally just Boruto. or like, oh, we all got cursed energy from aliens, or like we all actually are descended from aliens. That would be funny. Unreal, bro. I can't believe that. Of all the characters we're bringing up Usami. I think this will do wonders for Gege's development. No, I completely agree, Tiberius. Completely agree. Will we know what happened to our main character in the spinoff, or did Gege forget? I mean, they get mentioned for sure. There are characters that we do get confirmations of their death. It seems like Yuta is confirmed to be dead. Maki is confirmed to be dead. They do talk about Gojo and Yuji stopping the culling game, but that's all they're mentioned as. Yeah. Very weird situation. I'm very interested to see what this is all like. Seems like Maru has like some ability to predict things, or Yuka does maybe. To incorporate spatial teleportation into a barrier technique, the opponent must be a very high-level curse user. We got people fucking teleporting others. You two report the details to Usami via SMS. Literally, Usami quite literally is like a regular character. I hope we see more grade 1 fights. People stop caring because all the main characters are special grades. I mean, none of the main characters are special grades for the most part, right? Like, I know it's controversial. I wouldn't say Yuji's a special grade, but I don't want to get into that whole fucking argument. If Usami is alive, then somehow Yuji should also be alive. We'll see. Listen, we'll see. I don't know what happened to Yuji, but I don't know. I'm sure this will be a completely own thing. I don't think any of those characters are going to be in the story, right? Maybe Nagi Yoshino making a comeback. Maybe Nagi Yoshino making a comeback for sure. So this guy made a barrier that only that keeps out people with high levels of cursed energy. So Tsurugi, Yuta's grandson, is Tsurugi, Yuta's grandson, has no cursed energy whatsoever. He's a sorcerer without cursed energy, so he fights using curse tools. So Yuta is the Yuka is the sorcerer and Tsurugi is the Maki. So we literally just have a gender bent Yuta and gender bent Maki. What is it called? Buddy Cop 3-volume one shot. People saying they don't want to see Yuji stop the cap. The moment we see a panel of him, people are going to go crazy. If he's in the story. But again, just based off the way that Gege is really saying he doesn't want to affect the main timeline, I would be very curious to see how things go. Imagine Tsurugi surpasses Maki and Toji in terms of power. I mean, hey, he just headbutt the motherfucker in this, he headbutts the one, thief that's trying to steal all the kids. So this is interesting a little bit because you see how like the world has developed somewhat differently compared to like the way that Maru the alien sees things, because it's very apparent that like on this mission Maru is still kind of unclear what exactly like the terminology of everything is to a certain degree. Like you have here, like, oh, you and Tsurugi are blood siblings, right? From now on, Yuka and the world will harmonize with my curse technique, right? Because again, because Maru is an alien, he does not know. He, like, all of this information is kind of new to him. Like they use source, they use the same powers, but obviously, being from a different world, they're gonna call it completely different things entirely. Completely different things. So yeah, it's that will be an interesting dynamic. Is like Maru is still, even though he's like an exceptionally powerful quote unquote sorcerer, like he's from a different world entirely. He's literally an alien, so it is still like fish out of water. Tiberius, thank you for the 5. What would be a crazy reveal is that 3 vengeful curses that basically created the big 3 families were actually aliens dropped on Earth. Now that would be the Boruto connection there. Who's the main character between Yuta's grandson, Yuka, or his sister? Well, I think it's like a shared protagonist spot, right? It's probably very similar to Dandadan, where you just have the two, you know, Okarun and Momo are kind of equally the protagonists, right? Damn. So I don't know if she's got copy, but she does have this ability called Curse Technique Canine Jaw Strike. Like this might be her curse technique. It's unclear, but she literally like turns her hands into claws and just cooks this guy. And he's teleporting. My guy is literally teleporting, like he's spatial teleporting. What kind of fucking curse techniques are we working with in this series? Crazy. Ten shadows, yeah, he's using bottom. That's kind of insane when you think about it. Hey, Loud, what's going on, Loud? Always happy to see you. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you for the love. Yeah, I mean, if like curse techniques, curse entry was originally from aliens, that would be interesting. I mean, we do see something that looks like Tengen in the very beginning color page, so maybe that's where Tengen came from. Even in Jujutsu Kaisen lore, you know, it was stated that Tengen showed up in the Nara period and just started spreading sorcery around Japan, so maybe Tengen literally was an alien. Is Maki the grandma of Yuta's grandchildren? 110%. Maki and Yuta confirmed to have been married, which I think was pretty obvious, right? Am I a fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra? Oh, 110%. I love The Last Airbender. I have not seen Legend of Korra yet. Weirdly enough, I've never seen Legend of Korra, but I did love Avatar: The Last Airbender, one of the best series of all time. There's a new series called Avatar 7 Havens. As long as it's made by the original people, I'm all for it. If it's made by people other than the original, I'm not about it. That simple. Don't watch it, you finna be mad. Will the upcoming JJK light novel be the JJK 2 as manga is JJK 3? Yeah, I think it's weird that it's referring to, this is Jujutsu Kaisen 3. This is leaving out the sequels, like what's happened in between. Again, I think it makes sense. It's not a direct sequel. We're cutting ahead a lot. I refuse to believe this sequel is serious. I think it seems like it could be fun. Genuinely, I think I'm interested in it. Honestly, just tying it into the Jujutsu Kaisen world just might be the way that they get people to read it. The Underness, thank you for the 2. Have you ever thought about writing a novel or story? Yeah, I definitely have. I've written a bunch of different things, you know, personally. I enjoy writing the, you know, the Demon Slayer and Shibuya Incident and, you know, Jujutsu Kaisen and Chimera Ant Hunter x Hunter arcs. Those are some of my favorite stories to write personally. So yeah, I do love writing. I even drafted out a full What If Sukuna fan fiction for his Heian-era backstory, which, listen, if Gege is accepted in fan stories, I'll fucking write the Sukuna Heian-era backstory right now and ship it overseas. I mean, guys, listen, I'll send it out to Gege right now if he's fucking accepting side stories. Maki is the grandmother, yes. You should do a video going over some of your work. I want to. I just generally, I just feel like most people aren't gonna give a fuck sometimes. You know, people sometimes like the stuff that I do. So maybe I'll drop it. I do have it all drafted out. I would have to write it. I want to make that Sukuna story a video one day. Just waiting for you to get a manga artist to draw out that JJK versus Infinity Castle. Hey, listen, that was one of the most fun times I had, right? I love writing those videos. Those are the most fun. I don't think there's curses on other planets. Tennigan's barriers keep most spirits in Japan. Other planets probably function with the kind of sorcery the aliens have. Yeah, Tiberius, you're completely right. Do you think Yuji will be mentioned by Yuta's kid or anyone from the trio? Yuji was mentioned already. Yuji was mentioned already. We even got Yuji we even got a actual look at Yuji. You know, he's right here. There's Yuji. There's our boy. And Yuji was indeed name dropped as well. As Gojo and Yuji are known as the heroes that saved the culling, that stopped the culling game. Weeb Guru, thank you for the 5. Hey, this tackles my main issue with JJK being the military attack plot, because this wasn't touched on a lot and did nothing for the plot, so it bothered me. Nope, I completely agree with you, Weeb Guru. So yeah, it's nice to see that get developed somewhat and see the world actually be affected by Kenjaku revealing cursed energy to the world, and that people could be abducted as energy sources. Damn. This shows you how the Gojo clan fucking sucks now, bro. Said today you're gonna take that ring from Yuka Tsurugi. Why? Because you're the one who truly needs it. But I don't need it. This is the decision of the Gojo family. Your will doesn't matter. Oof. Man, dude, mean as hell. Gojo clan went back to patriarchy. Gojo clan went back to patriarchy. The moment Yuta died, they said, all right, bring back the misogyny. And the worst part is, no, I don't think Maki and Yuta are to blame for this. I think Maki and Yuta quite literally, like, Maki and Yuta just died early. Right? Maki and Yuta just unfortunately died early. And then they were just left with all of the other people that, of course, they just suck. Because you even see here, right? You even see here where Tsurugi's like, I was trained by grandma. They said I don't need a ring. I'll get stronger, just like they said. I'll make grandma say that even her grandson can do it. And then she died. And then she died. What in the hell could have killed Maki, yet alone Yuta? Old age. Maki probably died from, like, I don't know, pushing herself too hard. She died from stress, bro. She was the one fucking wearing the pants in that relationship. You act like Yuta was the one running the Gojo clan, bro. Maki was like the secret matriarch in that shit. Yuta was coming back home to consult Maki for her opinions. He would come home stressed, head in his hands. Comes home, he goes, babe, I don't know what the fuck to do with this shit. These motherfuckers are crazy. And she goes, kill them all, Yuta, just fucking kill them, murk them. He's like, I don't think they can do that. And she goes, do it, like Palpatine from Star Wars, bro. Yuta did the Yoruichi from Demon Slayer, bro. That's honestly, that's fire. I would say that's a Maki death if anything. Grandson's gonna get a reality check. True, yeah. He has no idea what Maki had to do to be relevant in this world. That's a fact. Bro had no idea what Maki needed to do to be relevant in this world. Does the ring still contain Rika? It's unclear at this point. We've got some interesting new types of barriers being introduced. Not entirely sure what is going on here, but it looks like the barriers are tied to all of the different children that the seller is trying to sell. He tied a curse technique and barrier technique to the kids in the room that's going to immediately teleport all of them away. Welp, and then we have the reveal of it being an alien. We have the big reveal of the third eye in his head, which stops the seller from, I guess, doing anything. He just gets completely knocked the fuck out. So he said he was not going to interfere in these worldly affairs, but he ended up interfering. And the editor's note at the end of the chapter pretty much confirms what we have all been, you know, talking about, which is, yeah, Jujutsu sorcerers meet an alien. A Jujutsu sorcerer encounters an extraterrestrial. Crazy. Absolutely insane. Weeb, thank you for the 5. Did they ever confirm if Yuji was a special grade? Because I hold the opinion he isn't a special grade at the end of the series. Potentially he could be. I completely, personally think Yuji is not a special grade, honestly, in my opinion. I think he's one of the strongest characters in the series, definitely top 10. I don't think he's a special grade, in my opinion, but I know a lot of people do not like that. However, I will say it was never once confirmed Yuji was a special grade. Never said once in the manga, so I know a lot of people keep saying that it was confirmed he was special. It never once was confirmed. Lamia, thank you for the 2. I hope they expand on the cursed realm. Yeah, I mean, that would be really, really cool. That was the one thing that we never really got a lot of. Would I rather eat a seal or a dolphin? I mean, I don't know. I don't think I would eat either, personally. And that's basically the end of the chapter. That's pretty much as far as it goes. A spin-off Jujutsu Kaisen where Yuta and Maki's grandchildren are the main duo characters. If you would have told me this is what was happening, I would not have believed it whatsoever, to be completely honest with you. Super duper just interesting and weird and just wow, guys. I definitely did not have this on my bingo card today. I did not at all. Gege does the most interesting fucking things sometimes, because I mean, I really never thought they would turn this into a sequel series. So out of 606 overall votes, which, by the way, if you haven't already, hit that like button on the stream. It really helps the channel way more than you know. We got 608 votes on the poll, but only 140 likes. I know we can do better than that, guys. Show me that love. Really helps the stream more than you know. But yeah, 610 votes. Love it. 73%. 73%. 74% actually. I mean, hey, that seems to me that most people are fucking with it, you know? You wouldn't have thought that. You wouldn't have thought that. But most people are ready to see what Gege is cooking, and I'm one of those people. I'm more than happy to see what Gege be cooking. These past 7 days have been crazy for JJK fans. If they announce a Kagurabachi anime this week, I might have a stroke. Yo. They actually say how many kids Yuta and Maki actually had and who these are from. Well, it looks like, yeah, looks like they had the 2 kids. Oh, how many kids Maki and Yuta had? I don't know, actually. I don't know if they ever confirmed that. I don't know if they ever confirmed how many kids Maki and Yuta had, actually. Maybe only 1, and then they had 2 kids. I'm curious to see too. Maybe they'll talk about it because their parents aren't at all mentioned in this chapter. So, but yeah, it seems like this will be about 27 to 30 chapters. It's gonna go for at the very least 3 volumes, as long as it doesn't get cut. I doubt it will get cut, especially with this being a Jujutsu Kaisen spin-off. I think you have immediately bought in plenty of people automatically to the series. This chapter and this manga that's coming out would have been already leveled up by Gege being the writer, but the fact that this actually does tie into the overall Jujutsu Kaisen verse, I think this is it's gonna survive the 3 volumes without a doubt, and I'm more than excited to see what's going on, without a doubt. And yes, there's also going to be spin-off novels as well. Yumiaki Hirayama is a Japanese writer, director, and actor known for his grotesque horror and mystery stories, including the manga Diner, the collection Tokyo Densetsu Kyofu no Ningen Jigoku, and the short story Monologue of Universal Transverse Mercator Eggman. He has received multiple awards for his work, including the Mystery Writers of Japan Award and the Haruhiko Oyabu Award. So yeah, we're also getting spin-off novels as well. What a grand release. Honestly, what a grand fucking release. We are getting plenty of Jujutsu Kaisen content to keep us fucking fed for a hot minute. Hunter x Hunter is on the grind. Fucking Togashi's bumping and pushing out fucking chapters. He's pushing out. He was already pushing past 417. Bro is killing it, bro. Weeb Guru, thank you for the 5. This could bump up JJK in terms of speed and AP. I hope they go more into curse tools or objects for the grandson to make him stand out. I definitely think the grandson is going to have much more of a focus on curse tools and objects. However, just based off of this generation seemingly supposedly being weaker than the previous, who knows? Yeah, Yuji would be in his 80s at this point. Would love to see Grandpa Yuji eating his fruit cups with Ozawa next to him. True. Nah, I'm telling you, Yuji's the Jing. Yuji becomes the Jing of the JJK world. It makes the most sense, man. There's no other way it could go, in my opinion. Yuji could probably pull a I'm a half curse and be kinda in his mid-30s. True. I have no idea how to feel about this. Yeah, this definitely is a shock. I did not expect things to go this way whatsoever. I'll be completely honest with you, wholeheartedly. Did not see this coming. Again, when I got this message last night, I was like, nah, no way, fam. So, damn. Anything else big in the news? I will 110% be coming out with a video later. What I'm gonna do is after stream, I'm gonna walk the dogs, eat some lunch, and then I'm just gonna dissect the chapter, dissect all the connections, you know, between this and, you know, JJK, and then I'll pop out with a video for sure later. Isn't there still one of Sukuna's fingers left? Yeah, 110%. There is still one of Sukuna's fingers left. I don't know if that will tie into the story, because again, the only real mentions we get is Yuta and Maki's grandchildren being the main characters. We do get the reveal that this is in the same world, although it may be a completely alternate timeline or kind of quote-unquote parallel world, like alternate future of somewhat. And aliens are involved, and yeah, insane. What if someone ate the finger, or even Yuji? Good lord. What do I think about straw doll resonance being passed down? We may see descendants of Nobara, we may see descendants of Inumaki. There is plenty of different ways that this story could go. Like, honestly, it really is, you know, interesting how this could develop the overall narrative of Jujutsu Kaisen. But I agree with China, where, like, I don't think Gege will really write that much about any past characters. It seems like, again, based off of his author comment, it seems like his main focus truly will be just the alternative world aspect of everything. Like he's definitely just going to be using this as a way to show more of the ideas behind the world of sorcery. You know, I don't think he's doing this as an excuse to milk his original characters. I truly think he does want this to be its own thing, just set in a different world. This could honestly, it could go so many different ways, like so many different ways. It really is kind of crazy to think about. And the fact that we're getting more novels, you already know I'm gonna be making some content when we get more information on those novels. We may, you know, just end up, you know, covering these chapters once a week like we did JJK, guys. You can probably expect a stream on Sunday once we get a you know, a fully officially translated chapter for sure. Or you know what, with how popular this may be, this might get translated by TCB or something else. We might get a early translation chapter. I wouldn't even be surprised. But with this coming Hunter x Hunter is, again, you know, Togashi's hard at work. Togashi's going to be, you know, probably making an announcement somewhat soon. I would imagine that we'll be getting some more Hunter x Hunter chapters. So you already know I'm in love with that. I gotta know what's happening in Succession War. I gotta fucking know. And yeah, I mean, I'm just fucking pumped, man. I am just fucking pumped. Imagine Yuji and Toto's grandsons being besto friendos. Let's go, bro. Didn't Gojo joke about Sukuna being a lost alien? Yeah, genuinely. Literally imagine this whole series was spun off of that one throwaway Gojo joke. I am losing my fucking mind. Desperately need an excuse to glaze Yuji. Dion, it's been too long. I completely agree. You need your King of Black Flashes back. And you know what? Honestly, chapter 1 and you already got Yuji glaze. You know what? Dion, you're winning. Thank you for the 5. We need a Toto grandson. Also imagine if Kashima's curse techniques given to someone in present day will make a brother so happy. Kashimo glaze would be unreal, bro. Kashimo glaze in our year of 2025. Crazy, bro. As far as one thing I will say, because Tiberius is mentioning it, and I do want to take the time because we have so many people here. I do want to just take this time to say, if you haven't already, if you are looking for a manga that will give you the same level of joy and love, I highly, I can't recommend more Chojin X. It is honestly the best ongoing manga of all time. The power system is amazing. The characters are fucking perfect. And it has the best 9.5, 10 out of 10 villain of all time, in my honest opinion. The No Mask. This character is, in my opinion, the best villain in new gen manga of the last 5-10 years. I genuinely cannot think of a better character. Yeah, fucking read Chojin X. Stop fooling yourselves into missing out on this peak. And for all the people that are like, oh, I read Chojin X for 10 chapters and it was boring. If you, and this isn't crazy because it's not like an episode where I'm saying it doesn't get good to the end of the first season. This is a manga. I didn't like Kagurabachi until chapter 30. I didn't like Jujutsu Kaisen until around chapter 30. Honestly, when Mahito showed up and Yuji and Yuji and Nanami were fighting Mahito, which I believe is chapter 25-30. So like most manga don't really kick off until that 20-30 point. I'm telling you, if you get to chapter 30 of Chojin X and you are not fully bought in, I owe you something, because this is peak fiction, honestly, in my honest opinion. I think you only need to get to chapter 18. If you get to chapter 20, I think, and you're not fucking with it, then I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, Chojin X is peak. Just wanted to get my shill for Chojin X out there, because if you're looking for something, once Chojin X gets started, it doesn't stop, and that's a fact. Chapter 18 is when it starts, personally. But yeah, that was my excuse. That was my glaze of Chojin X while we have people in here. But yeah, guys, I'm excited to see, I'm excited to see what this series holds. Again, I'll be going over every single chapter every week. Batista video is going to be the first thing I do without a doubt. I'm making a Batista video without a doubt. I do read Sakamoto Days as well. I guess just a quick little shill as well. If you aren't familiar, guys, I know some of you guys have been gone for a hot minute. I'm happy to see you guys back. We do have indeed a second channel where I post everything that goes on weekly in Shonen. Gachi Akuta, Chainsaw Man, Sakamoto Days, Kagurabachi. I make weekly reviews every week. So seriously, you know, also extra Kagurabachi content. How many sorcerers can Samura kill? Danadon content, Danadon weekly, Gachi Akuto weekly. So yeah, seriously, if you are interested, second channel is where all of that content goes, y'all. So definitely link is in the chat. Link is in the chat. So if you want some Sakamoto Days content, Kagurabachi content, Danadon content, Gachi Akuto content, second channel for sure. I'm going to replace the pinned message with the second channel for now. Go subscribe. When Yuji opens his 500-meter domain with soul slashes and a fire bazooka. True. Weeb Guru, thank you for the 5. Hold up, let me cook. The grandson pulls an Okarun and uses the alien for powers. Bro, it will go dumb stupid if this happens, bro. Also, what's her curse technique? And that, so what I'm potentially thinking is the granddaughter has copy, and then the son has heavenly restriction with the cursed objects. And essentially the main character drive of both characters is Yuka, the granddaughter, was gifted Yuta's ring when she was young, but the Gojo clan took the ring from her and gave it to Tsurugi, the heavenly restriction grandson, because he needs cursed objects because he has no cursed energy, and they think he needs all of the cursed objects to be protected. However, the grandson believes, because he was trained by Maki, that he can be a sorcerer without cursed objects. He wants to just be a normal, he wants to be as strong as his grandmother, basically, as she was without cursed energy. But the Gojo clan does not agree with that, so therefore you have, of course, the dynamic between the two characters where the brother wants to be strong enough to prove himself that he doesn't need cursed objects, and the girl wants to, you know, I guess live her life. We'll see. I'll look more into the chapter for sure. I want Yuji to become evil low-key. Damn, that's wild. Hope we won't cry this time. Oh, we'll be crying, bro. We'll be crying for sure. You already know we'll be crying. You never know. That would be honestly one of the craziest things in the world. Sorry, hold on. I'm sending a text message. I'll get back to you. I love you. If you haven't already, hit that goddamn like button, yo. Someone who actually uses Morning Tiger. If we get to see what Morning Tiger ever looks like, Lord help me. You know what's gonna be crazy is you already know they're gonna have Megumi use Morning Tiger or Funeral Tiger in the spin-off novels, and all we'll get is a description of what it looks like. We're not even gonna get like we're never gonna get a picture of what Morning Tiger actually looks like. Just dastardly, bro. Wee Wee probably rich as fuck. Oh, without a doubt. Wee Wee is businessman as hell. Wee Wee inherited all of Mei Mei's enterprises. If Mei Mei didn't unlock the rich person code to live forever, right? She didn't unlock that secret cancer research vaccine that only rich people can get. It's like that South Park episode where the AIDS vaccine is quite literally just liquefied money that they inject into you. Imagine the aliens on our side. We do. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna dissect the chapter a little bit more, and I'll come out with a video later in the day, or I will do my best to get it out today. If it doesn't come out today, it will come out tomorrow for sure. But it seems like Maru, the alien, might be like, there might be two sides of aliens. There might be bad aliens and good aliens, but right now the alien is just basically investigating Japanese sorcerers because America is starting some shit. Mei might have reinstated the messed up rule for the new shadow style, taking years away from people. That'd be fucked up. That'd be extremely fucked up. Tell that to the Chainsaw Man verse? Yeah, well, sheesh. Tell the USA really on some shenanigans? Yo, crazy. What are your thoughts on Mojuro being called Boruto? I understand why people are doing it. It makes sense. I mean, it's very blatant, right? It's very obvious and blatant that the whole Alien sequel thing, it's a meme at this point, right? The fact that, again, this seems to just be what most sequel series are just doing. You want to know what? You know what? Tite Kubo could never. That's our real GOAT here. Tite Kubo could never, bro. Couldn't be him, bro. Could not be my guy Tite Kubo with these sequel series. He said, oh, sequel series? Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. And fucking just did Burn the Witch. The hero we didn't want, but the hero we needed. We didn't know. We didn't know at the time, but he was the hero we needed, bro. Kubo said, nah, I'll go to hell. Just to spite you, Kubo's announcing the Mars Soul Reaper Force. Honestly, though, like, Kubo, you gotta give it to him. Like, the fact that, like, Burn the Witch was super fun, super exciting. I generally do hope we go back to this world in some way, shape, or form. And, like, literally, like, when I tell you, like, the most minuscule of, like, tie-in, like the most minuscule of tie-in to the original Bleach universe. Like, Burn the Witch was just a super cool, fun new look. Like, I fully believe that, like, this is what Mojuro could be. Like, fully believe this is what Mojuro can be. Just another really cool separate story in the same world. Burn the Witch was for gooners? Absolutely not, bro. Like, that's just Tite Kubo, bro. Literally just the way that Tite Kubo draws women. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, like, have you seen Orihime? I don't know what. Have you seen her 1,000-year Blood War outfit? I'm sorry. This is just how Tite Kubo draws women. I can't stop that. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You can criticize it as much as you want, but it's not like it's not at all like, I would not say Bleach is gooner. You know, I would just say Tite Kubo, you know, is just old school, bro. He knows what the people want. I can't say anything other than that, you know. You know, did Burn the Witch sell well? It did indeed. Hey, listen, sex sells. All right, let's not pretend like it does. You can either get with it or get without it, man. As long as it's not blatant in my face and the whole point of the series, I think a little bit of fan service is okay. I think cutting time away from the plot and what's going on for fan servicey jokes is personally very fucking annoying. But like, if you want to draw hot women, that's fine. To go ahead and do it, no one's stopping you. Honestly, not for nothing, most women, actual real life women, are fine with hot women. Again, it's the blatant over sexualization and blatant fan service that, again, takes away from the plot, that is annoying and takes people out of the immersion. Like, you can draw hot women, you can draw hot men, that's fine. It's everything else that goes with it. You know, you can draw a big booba, Just as long as Big Booba is not the point of the manga, it's okay. You know? That's just my hot take, but... Noah, do you think Black Flash will be used or mentioned in the Mojuro spinoff? That would be interesting. That'd be very interesting. I didn't read Fire Force because of that. Big fan of Soul Eater, though. Soul Eater is funny, because, like, Soul Eater is a product of the times. I forgot how sometimes fan service just derails Soul Eater. Like, when me and Amanda were first dating, I was like, she was trying to get into anime, and I was like, let's watch Soul Eater. I loved it when I was a kid. Like, you'll love it too. And then, like, the first episode is motherfucking Soul and Blair, and I'm like, all right, okay, you know, I promise it's not all like this. Season 2 is somewhat okay. I think Sumaki or Black Star's weapon, I don't remember, maybe she's naked in the second episode. I'm like, okay. And then the third episode, you literally just have Death the Kid assaulting Patty and what's her name, Lynn or Lisa, I forget what her, and I'm like, bro. He just grabs their boobs and is like, yeah, these are unsymmetrical. And I'm like, we had to stop at that point. I was like, I'm sorry, I forgot. Well, I did not remember any of this. I apologize. Like, I was like, I'm so sorry. It is Raditz coming to Earth all over again, bro. It is Raditz coming to Earth all over again. But yeah. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. That's just my 2 cents. What up, Plank? So yeah, overall, I'm really excited to see, you know, what's going on with all of this. I'm excited for the full English chapter to come out. I had my speakers at a high volume while my brothers and sisters were going around. I thought this was just a JJK spin-off showcase. Listen, we're yapping. We get off topic here. Headphones are always required on the no operator streams. Headphones are always required. We talk about real shit. We talk about real stuff in this situation. Tiberius, thank you for the 5. Kubo had best character designs in Shonen Jump. Araki had the best art. Toriyama has the best paneling, and Oda has world building, and Tagashi best power system. Yeah, Bleach does has some of the best character designs, without a doubt. Bleach, indeed, in my opinion. I honestly, I agree with that. I agree with that completely. I think Bleach does have some of the best character designs in Shonen Jump. I'm trying to think of what comes close. Black Clover, maybe? Actually, the design, meh, but Black Clover does have great sidecasts. Black Clover has one of the best sidecasts in Shonen Jump. And I'll fight that to my dying day. Togashi does have the best panel system, power systems. Do you think a new power system will be introduced? No, it seems like we're basically just working off of the main foundation of sorcery. What if anything, the newest stuff that will be introduced will most likely be like the alien stuff, the alien lore, and how the alien quote-unquote sorcery kind of, you know, involves sorcery. Like, we'll see the new planet's version of sorcery itself, so that should be interesting. Gege is a one-hit wonder, and he's riding off of JJK's popularity with the sequel. Fire Force wasn't revealed to be connected to Soul Eater until the very end of the series. I mean, it's again, like, the one thing that's great about Mojuro is, like, just its existence alone completely disproves what people like Sulfur are saying, because it's only a 3-volume manga. If you wanted to say that Gege was just milking the series, he wouldn't cut the series off at 3 volumes. He would just go full balls deep like Masashi Kishimoto did with Boruto. And the Boruto anime is on like episode 400, while the Boruto manga is a monthly manga. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know? I feel like those are 2 entirely separate things. Where like Gege was like, look, I rejected all of the, you know, spin-offs that just seemed like they were, you know, just actual extra content, and I found an author and an artist who was literally, you know, willing to work within my framework and also willing to give me full creative control of everything. So I said yes. You know, and that's literally all Gege is. And Gege, again, is someone that does love, Gege loves writing, he loves story. He's reading Gege's interviews and reading the data book and everything that I could possibly learn about Gege. Like, Gege is genuinely someone that just loves writing. It's why I love him, and it's why he's one of my favorite mangakas going on. So I'm super duper excited to see where this goes. I'm super duper excited to see what this manga entails. Again, we'll be doing this every week for sure. We'll be going over the chapter. I'll be going over this chapter once it's translated in probably another stream. I'll come out with another chapter today, another video today, talking about the connections between this and JJK and really hashing out all of the lore once I'm able to dissect this chapter completely. And yeah, he's gonna show some people that he can write, without a doubt. He's gonna show some people that he can write for sure. But yeah, I think it's very clear that this is not a milk situation where Gege is just trying to ride off the hype. If anything, I think what Tiberius said, or someone said in chat earlier, that like more likely than not, Viz and Shueisha were probably riding Gege's ass to do a sequel. So like, it's very clear that like Gege is gonna put his whole entire bussy into this. And again, as someone that went through all of Phantom Parade and saw what Gege can do when he's just in the writer's seat and doesn't have to worry about doing anything else, you know, he can just design the characters and write and let everyone else handle the actual creation. Gege creates absolute peak, and I am so excited to drop that Phantom Parade video for you guys, because for those of you that aren't familiar with the mobile game, I think you'll see, yeah, Gege can write, bro. Phantom Parade also got a big reveal last weekend. Yet Phantom Parade got a second season, quote unquote, of original story revealed alongside season 3 of the anime. So not only is Phantom Parade gonna have its first half, the Fukuoka branch campus arc, which is fucking peak fiction, apparently Phantom Parade is getting an entirely new story again, and it's going to involve apparently a sorcerer prison island, and Nanami gets abducted and sent to prison, and then Yuji goes into the prison undercover to break Nanami out. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, huh? I'm sorry? Like, this, and this is what I mean. Like, this is the filler. These are the filler stories. This is the extra character content and extra character stories that people wanted, right? That people wanted. And people don't realize it because it's in completely separate material to the main manga and anime. Again, like, when I dropped that Phantom Parade video, I think a lot of you guys, if you've never seen anything to do with the Phantom Parade story, will be surprised at how good it is. It is, I believe, according to the editor, it is 75% done. Again, I did my damnedest to make a very great script. And the editor, who I love working with, he helps. If you at all are familiar with my Sakamoto Days videos, the Sakamoto Days Explained videos, that is the editor that is helping me with this Phantom Parade story video. So you already know he is great at fucking adapting amazing content into a great narrative. So I'm excited. Phantom Parade is canon as well. It ties into the main story completely. Phantom Parade, not only do we get to see what happens when a binding vow gets broken, we see how Kenjaku got the idea for a complex barrier in Shibuya. It explains a lot. I honestly love it. And it is a mobile game, Nerva. Yeah, Phantom Parade is a mobile game. Completely original story. But yeah, y'all, there's not really much left to say without, you know, yapping about nothing for too much. So I'm gonna say these are the last couple of minutes or so of stream. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. It helps the stream way more than you know. Go check out my Jujutsu Kaisen sequels video that I unironically came out with earlier yesterday. Super duper fun video to make, and just I get great timing as well, I guess. So yeah, go check this video out if you haven't already on the main channel. Go subscribe to the second channel for Kagurabachi, Sakamoto Days, Gachiakuta, Danadon, or Chainsaw Man content weekly. Sincerely, Togashi's posting new chapters. I'm excited for a new batch of Hunter x Hunter chapters. I'm pumped. Do I think Gojo Kuno would ever get surpassed? Who knows? Not in the mobile games, but looking forward to the video. I'm happy to see you, RM3, first of all, and I'm excited you're excited for that video. I think everyone who hasn't gotten into the mobile game will love the video. I hope you do, because again, in my opinion, as someone that went through the whole story, it is one of the best Jujutsu Kaisen side stories that we've gotten. So look forward to that. And as always, just like earlier, please, guys, if you haven't already, check out Gamer Sups. Thank you so much for sponsoring the stream, Gamer Sups. You guys are always great. Honestly, again, Gamer Sups is great. It is good stuff. Absolutely beautiful kind of content. So yeah, guys, 10% off. Use my code NOOP, or if you've never tried Gamer Subs before, go ahead and get some free samples. Use my code anyway for free samples. Great stuff, great vitamins, great nootropics, great caffeine. It's a great energy drink, no sugar, so there's no crash. Use my code NOOP, 10% off. Or if you never tried Gamer Subs and you want to try it, use my code NOOP anyway for some free fucking samples. And yeah, DJ Miles, it is indeed a JJK spinoff. Everyone go subscribe to DJ Miles. Check out his channel. It's in the chat. Go subscribe to him. I unfortunately do have to go. It is time to dip. But yeah, this is crazy, y'all. And I will come out with a video later today, specifically just dissecting all of these references and all of these connections to Jujutsu Kaisen. So look out for that later today. I promise you, in the next couple of hours, I'll have that out. After I eat lunch and walk my doggos, we will be pumping out that content. So just know that I love you guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for the stream. Thank you all for just coming back. I am so excited to get back into the Jujutsu Kaisen grind. Fucking insane to me. And yeah, guys, look out for the stream the next couple of days, going over the translated chapter. Go show some love to Gamer Subs for sponsoring the stream. Code NOOP for 10% off, or code NOOP for some free samples. And yeah, guys, I will see you all in the next one. Hit that like button, hit the hype button, because it's full of hype right now. That apparently is important. So go down below, hit the hype button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.